for joining us for yet another act of our wonderful show. Ladies and gentlemen, my first guest this evening is a U.S. Senator from the great state of Massachusetts and a former presidential candidate. Please welcome back to The Late Show, Senator Elizabeth Warren. Orange, please. Nice to see you.
Good to be here.
All right, you come, Madam Senator, you
Yes.
come here at an auspicious time.
Yes.
It is less than a week away.
Less than a week.
From the midterm elections. There's a weird dichotomy out there. I've seen headlines saying lack of enthusiasm. I've seen other headlines that say, at the same time, this is historic turnout that hasn't been seen since the mid-'70s. Clearly, this is an important but strange time. Do you have a closing argument as we go into the last few days?
So this is about a huge choice. I mean, like giant differences. There are going to be 4 things on the ballot. Whoever's name is there, Roe versus Wade is going to be on the ballot. The Republicans want to ban access to abortion all across this country. The Democrats think that the patient and the doctor should make the decision and not your local elected officials. Yes, Pennsylvania, I'm looking at you. John Fetterman.
Okay, that's one.
That's one.
That's one. Hold on.
You bet.
1, 2.
The economy is going to be on the ballot. Now, the Republicans...
A lot of people think the Republicans have an advantage on economy because of inflation.
Whoa, a lot of billionaires think that.
A lot of billionaires?
A lot of billionaires think, yes, I know, you like that. A lot of billionaires think that because here's the deal. The Republicans say their big economic plan is to cut Social Security and Medicare and put in more tax breaks for billionaires and billionaire corporations.
Can we stop on that for a second?
Yeah.
The Social Security and Medicare?
Yeah.
That has long been called the third rail of American politics.
You would think.
Why do you think they're willing to lick it?
Because they have very long tongues. And on that one, actually, keep in mind, let's do another state. The Republicans have said they want to vote every 5 years on whether to keep Social Security and Medicare. But in Wisconsin, Ron Johnson says he wants to vote every single year. So, Wisconsin, we're looking at you. Mandela Barnes is your guy. Got to do this.
Okay.
Okay, that's the second thing. And
That's
Democrats, by the way, want the economy to work for everybody, right? Lowering health care costs.
What's the plan on inflation, though?
So look, it's going after the costs that families directly feel. So what we're doing is we're lowering the cost of health care, putting a cap on the cost of insulin. The climate plan will reduce the cost of utilities. So we're going directly after it. Look, we've gone after it. We've cut student loan debt for 43 million Americans. That's where families live.
Do you think that'll go through? Because there's been yet another stay by a federal judge on that. Do you think that's going to happen?
So look, if the judges actually read the law, yeah, it's going to happen. There's no doubt that the president has the authority to do this. President Obama did it, President Trump did it, and President Biden can do this. But take a deep breath on that one on student loans and just think about the fact that the President of the United States is on the side of the American people. 20 million Americans will see all of their student loan debt canceled. Half of all Latinos will see all of their debt wiped out. Nearly a third of all African Americans. This is an economic justice issue. This is a racial justice issue. This is the first big effort of the federal government to help close the racial wealth gap in America.
Okay, let's go to 3.
Okay,
What's
and
3? So,
by the way, I should say on that one, anyone who hasn't should sign up for student loan debt relief. That's studentaid.gov, right?
Okay.
All right, want to do that.
So what's the third thing here?
So the third thing is climate. It's our planet is on the ballot. The Republicans want to keep taking money from big oil. They want to embrace the climate deniers. The Democrats have already made a big down payment. We have already passed laws to cut climate emissions by 40% by 2030, and give us some more senators, and we're going to make more cuts and truly save our planet. This is why Democrats win it. So that's number 3.
Is that climate change bill, or addressing climate change or global warming bill, is that in any way related to the increase in fuel prices?
No, in fact, it goes the other way. Yes, it is related in the sense that the more we move to clean energy, the more we move to renewable energy, the less dependent we are on nations like Russia or Saudi Arabia that decide how high and how low oil prices are going to be. So ultimately, one of the effects of this big climate initiative that the Democrats have put in is to bring down the cost of energy for people all across this country.
Okay, so 4.
That's 3.
That's 3. So what's the 4th one?
4. Democracy is on the ballot.
There you go. And while the rest of these are important, none of it matters unless you save that one.
That's right, and we've got to save democracy. Let's face it, the Republicans continue to embrace the big lie. They continue to try to excuse and make up for what happened on January 6th. The Democrats have a very clear message. Every American citizen has the right to vote and to get that vote counted. That's the deal. That's how democracy works.
299, more than half, 299 of Republicans are on the ballot this year who have questioned the integrity of our election.
That's right.
Or whether the previous election should be overturned.
Right.
That is one of the most chilling statistics I could possibly name.
Yes, it is. And it is because it truly corrodes the foundation of our democracy.
Can it be walked back? Because that idea, with absolutely zero, not an iota, not a quark of evidence behind it, has metastasized so widely under the pressure of the former president to get loyalty to the people who are running for office that in every state in the union, there's somebody running who believes that.
Yes, it can be.
Or says they believe it.
Yes, yeah, and that's a big difference. But yes, it can be walked back, and here's how we walk it back. We walk it back by voting. And that's what happens over this next week. iwillvote.com. Go to iwillvote.com if you're not clear about where you vote or when you can vote, or if you want to vote early, or if you want to vote on Election Day, iwillvote.com. And bring in your neighbors and your friends and your cousin and your uncle, because democracy requires all of us to be part of it, to be engaged, to get out there and vote. Because if we vote, and we vote for people who actually get up and who tell the truth, people who believe that democracy works when every American citizen gets the right to vote and to get that vote counted. If we do that, that is how ultimately we beat back the big lie and we beat back the big liars. That's how we make it work.
We have to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with more Senator Elizabeth Warren, everybody. Stick around.